I've made millions of dollars selling online courses, and here are some of the marketing methods that I used to do that. Hello, I'm Sarah Cordner. I'm a qualified course creation specialist, teacher trainer. I have over 200,000 students in my courses from 181 countries, and I did most of it from home and very little paid ads. I actually used a number of free marketing methods over the years to obtain my success, and here they are. Number one is just using social media. You do not need to spend money on ads. Of course they help, and if you have that budget, go for it. But if you don't and you're just starting out and that budget for paid ads isn't there, start building an audience on social media. So many people think, but it's saturated. First of all, over half of the world doesn't have the internet yet. It is not saturated at all by any means. We are far from the saturation point. And on top of that, new social media channels are basically being created all of the time, whereby all of us will be new when we move to it. Remember when Insta started? We were all new there. Remember when TikTok started? We were all new there. It's going to be exactly the same as new social media platforms come along. You need to be on top of them, and you need to be there if you want to make an impact and find new people. Start now. Start today. Today is better than tomorrow, and today is the best you've got compared to starting yesterday. Start growing a following. Put your name out there. Start sharing your tips and sharing your knowledge. So one of the mindsets that I use behind how I went from being an absolutely nobody with a zero social media following, zero email list, zero website and presence whatsoever, was to go, okay, I can't outspend the big guys. I can't out-guru the giant influencers who got there before I did. But what I can do is out-help all of them. I can go out there and do my best to be the most helpful person in my industry. If I go out there and answer every question I can find, serve as best I can, and just be the most helpful person there is, I know I can succeed. And that's exactly what I did. Is I just went out there with the attitude of being as helpful as possible. So I found all of the questions that people are asking in my field, and there's a number of ways that you can do that. Number one, use a tool like answerthepublic.com. That actually shows you what keywords, questions, and phrases people are typing into Google right now. You simply scroll through those results and you start answering those questions, preferably in video form, because it's the quickest way for people to get familiar with you, your style, your personality, and for them to feel like they get to know you. It just happens faster than using text-only responses to questions. But of course, text is better than nothing. So as long as you're there helping and answering questions, whether it's on social media groups, on your own profiles, yes, even if you don't have any followers yet, you've got to start creating content for people to have something to come to. People are like, no, I don't have followers until I start creating content. You have to create the content first, right? You have to have your little chicken feed for your chickens to come and actually go and start pecking. Create content now, people will come. Then you can create blogs, you can create YouTube videos. This all becomes the answers to those questions, is what becomes your content that attracts and sucks people into you, helps you get found on social media, and so on. Another way you can find out what questions people are asking is using an AI tool like ChatGPT. If you type in a question like the most common questions about and then your topic, it will actually list all of the questions that people are asking in your topic as well. So that will give you a whole list of ideas of things that you can start giving tips about or answering questions about. You may want to come and join my 30 days, 30 tips challenge, because I talk a lot more about how to find questions that your audience are asking, how to share those, and start growing your social media following and impact. Answering questions and tips via social media. That then follows on to, as I mentioned, YouTube. It's the second largest search engine in the world. You want to be there. And I want to point out here that you are not necessarily going to go viral overnight, and nor should that be your main goal. What you want to focus on being is the most helpful channel or the most helpful person in your particular niche or to your particular target audience. My channel's fairly small compared to some of the giant gurus out there. However, I have certainly made hundreds of thousands of dollars by having my videos present and available online to be discovered by the search engines, because those videos on YouTube come up in people's Google search results. So when people are typing in a question, what you're really trying to do here is flood the internet with your answers that match those questions so that your stuff's coming up, whether it's your blog posts, your YouTube videos, your social media posts. TikTok, by the way, now also comes up in Google search results as well, which brings me nicely onto Google, search engine optimization. If you go to Google and you type in anything, you will get quite a few thousand pages worth of results. And the majority of those results are blog posts. Type in anything right now. The majority of the results that you'll get come up are blog posts. People really underestimate the power of blog posts. They live forever and they get more vintage the more that time goes on, as in they get more powerful the more that time goes on. The more clicks that they get, the more views that they get, the more data they collect at the type of people who visit that particular page. I've got blog posts I wrote more than 7 years ago that bring me in the majority of my traffic to this day to my website. That is the power of a blog post. It's incredible. So blogging absolutely has got me tons and tons of students, making sure that on all these different places, all these different outlets that you are putting your tips, your information, you're sharing your content and your education on, there is always some kind of call to action, whether it's follow me, like, subscribe, they're all calls to action. If you've got a lead magnet, come and get my free thingy, that's a call to action. If you want people to come and book a call with you, make sure you've got a calendar appointment booking system, use something like techmatics.com for that. I say book a call with me, book a coaching call, book a strategy call, they're all good calls to action. This is how you get people into your ecosystem so that you can continue to communicate and build relationships with them, and of course promote other products and services too. Content marketing really has been probably the biggest method for me. Out of all of my 200,000 plus students today, I would say around 80% of those actually came purely from organic marketing, creating content, sharing that online. Now, other ways that I've got more students and sold more of my online courses is by giving my time away for free. And this is a really controversial one in the industry. I see a lot of course creators going, I'm not giving my time away for free and devaluing myself. Guys, pretty much every cent I've ever earned has come from the things that I've done for free. Please get your mindset right about how people come into your world. They first have to discover you. My free course creation starter kit has made me millions of dollars. Standing on stages for an hour and giving away 1 hour of my time has gone on to make me thousands and thousands of dollars. If you can get yourself on a stage in a physical room, speaking at a conference as a speaker and delivering an amazing presentation and then encouraging people to contact you, you can put a QR code, for instance, up on your slide on the big screen. Everyone gets their phones out. That QR code leads to your social channels. Or you can get yourself on a digital stage on a summit. You can present amazing information, wow people for free for an hour, and then give them some kind of lead magnet that they can come and collect for free from you. Guys, you will get people pouring into your business because they get to try before they buy. They get to experience you, your personality, your style, see that you are actually helpful rather than a waffle guru. This is where you really do make a big impact in terms of people having already made that sales decision because they've seen for themselves that you are what you say you are. Rather than you having to do any kind of sales pitch, you already make the sale by simply standing there and being you. And this is what video does as well. If I can stand here now and share some expertise and tips with you, if you like me and my style and how fast I talk, and you decide that, I'm a helpful person to you, I've already made the sale. By the time you reach out and contact me, you've probably already decided that you want more in some capacity, right? The sale has been made purely by me physically being on the camera or on the stage that you were looking at and delivering the thing that I love delivering help and information about. And the same will apply to you as well. I mentioned that blogging has been absolutely incredible for me in terms of generating more leads and making more sales in my particular business. But guest blogging is another way that you can make more sales of your courses, your coaching programs, your books, ebooks, digital products, whatever it is that you're selling. This is where basically you get to ethically hack somebody else's already pre-built audience. There are other platforms out there, other bloggers, other expert sites that have already built a huge subscriber base of your target audience, the people that you want to get in front of. And these sites usually allow you to contribute a free educational informational article, and in return they will link back to your website. Now, the more link backs or backlinks, as it's called in the industry, that go to your website, the more your website is increased in favorability by the Google search engines. So it increases your searches ranks, first of all. But secondly, if that audience member of that particular site reads your article on that person's site and they like it, they're going to follow you. they're going to come to you. I've been able to get in front of millions of people by just contributing my knowledge and expertise in the form of a blog free of charge in return for a link back to my blog where people can come and find me and learn more. It will work the same for you too. Another method that worked really well for me in really building up an audience and creating more sales is my own Facebook group. So I created my Facebook group, Entrepreneur to Edupreneur, in about 2015. And yes, it was once upon a time a completely empty room. Like, it was literally just me talking to myself for quite some time. And eventually there was 3 or 4 people in there, and it just felt awkward but I've stuck to it. I never stopped giving up on this particular group. I've never stopped sharing content in there. I've never stopped giving reasons for people to be there and stay there. And now, 7 something plus years later, it's got over 14 or 15,000 people inside that group. Yes, that's a slow build. No, that's not as big as many other groups out there, but that is a really select, targeted niche group of people that I really want to work with and love to serve. And so that place has been incredible for me to build relationships, gain a reputation in my field, and really give people the opportunity to feel like they know me and vice versa. I've got to know my audience better because of the intimacy that happens within inside a Facebook group, and they've actually very much directed a lot of the products that I've gone on to create, the courses I've put together, the workshops that I held, the way I run my business, because that intimacy, that closeness that comes inside a secret private group like that allows you to really feel, know and understand your audience, and therefore create better products for them, which ultimately then gets you more sales. Because here's the kicker: when you have created that product, sharing it inside your Facebook group then has a whole entire community of people sat there ready and waiting for you to put it out there and buy it. And particularly if they've been involved and consulted in the production of that product, you literally have a whole entire community of buyers who slap it all up the second that they get hold of it. And this is how my books have gone to #1 bestsellers, because I've just got this small community of people who have got to know me and love what I create. And you can do exactly the same. I didn't have any special gift or resources. You go to Facebook, you press groups, create your own group, and you've just got to do what I've done. Spend 7 years consistently working on building that beautiful little beast, and beautiful is exactly what it becomes. Now, that is not the limit of the methods I've used for marketing, but certainly the most powerful ones and the ones that have given me back the highest returns in terms of sales, growing my list and getting my leads. If you want to know more about how to market your digital products, courses, programs and services, you can send me a DM, comment below, or come and check out my Edupreneur Academy, where I teach all about creating and marketing and doing all the tech behind your own online business. sarahcordner.com/academy. I'll see you there.